In a recent interview with Forbes, Ray Fisher dropped some grenades about the Justice League reshoots and Warner Brothers. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Comic Book Nostalgia. I'm CB Nostalgia, and we got a little update on Ray Fisher and the Justice League. But first, I wanted to remind everybody, make sure you keep developing that more Super You. We're giving away a 60-day free trial of Skillshare, linked down below. A great place to develop all those superhero skills you wish you had. Well, the Ray Fisher, Cyborg, Warner Brothers drama continues. But this time the actor has stepped away from social media and has gone right to Forbes. Now recently, he did a full-fledged interview with the publication, and some of the information he dropped is shocking. Now I want to say, right out of the gate, I'm trying not to have an opinion on this one way or another. Some of these allegations are serious and completely unacceptable, but I need some confirmation before I start throwing people under the bus. To be fair, Ray Fisher is putting his whole career on the line for this, so I don't think his accusations are baseless. Now, what Fisher says is, his first inkling that something wasn't quite right came to him back in 2017 when Warner Brothers first announced Joss Whedon would be taking over for Zack Snyder. He said in the interview the studio actually said Snyder chose Whedon personally, but now Fisher claims that that was completely fabricated. This is what he had to say. For one thing, the cast and crew were told Zack Snyder had picked Josh to finish the film for him. I didn't find out till after reshoots that that was a complete lie. I heard whispers and rumblings of things being off behind the scenes, but nothing concrete until much later. They had us go out for San Diego Comic-Con in 2017 and say Zack picked Josh and that Josh was a great guy. I still have the email with those talking points. Now, this kind of studio spin is pretty much standard operating procedure, but given some of his other statements, you could see how this felt like groundwork for other things. Now, this is where it gets sticky, and I can totally see how some of these emails may serve as a foundation leading to some of these other points. When he was talking about the behind-the-scenes issues in the build-up to those initial reshoots, his quote is pretty damning. Prior to the Justice League reshoot process, blatantly racist conversations were had and entertained on multiple occasions by former and top-level executives at Warner Brothers Pictures. Decision-makers that participated in those racist conversations were Jeff Johns, John Berg, and the current Warner Brothers Group Chairman Toby Emmerich. One of the things Fisher points to is seemingly disproportional reduction or complete removal of parts from the theatrical cut for several actors of color. Zane Kai, Karen Bryson, and Kiersey Clemens come to mind. And Ray Fisher actually said he believes this was, and I quote, neither an accident nor coincidence. He does go on to give another really, what I would call serious quote. He said, "What set my soul on fire and forced me to speak out about Joss Whedon this summer was my becoming informed that Josh had ordered that the complexion of an actor of color be changed in post-production, because he didn't like the color of their skin tone. Man, with everything 2020's been, that was the tipping point for me." Now, he did admit some of this information was secondhand, and that Whedon's representatives had provided an explanation. But regardless, some of these allegations are really serious. Like I said at the beginning of this, one thing to consider is the risks that Fisher is putting his career in. Effectively, if any of this is nonsense, he has flushed his career down the toilet. In regards to this, he said, "I'm well aware of what's at stake. If people don't want to work with me because I'm refusing to tolerate abusive behavior and the cover-up culture of old Hollywood, then so be it. If nothing else, I'm going to go out of this business the way I came in, free and of my own volition." Can you dig that? Actually, Ray, I can totally dig that. Now, as we've said, we have no concrete information, just what Ray is telling us. So I don't want to malign anybody that he's pointing to, but some of these things look really bad. I will say, from a personal perspective, one of our sources has provided several chat conversations for confirmation of stories from Jeff Johns, and I've never seen any of this kind of behavior in those conversations, but it doesn't mean it didn't happen. Now, obviously, this story will continue to evolve, and we'll try to bring you more updates as concrete and firm information becomes available. It's a rather serious story for this channel, but I do think it should be covered. And I have to agree, accountability over entertainment. What do you guys think? Do you believe Ray Fisher's allegations about the production of the Justice League? And what kind of action do you think Warner Brothers should take moving forward? Sound off in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you press like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you won't get any updates. Peace.